Hi guys, just to let you know that we now have some jamsarny merch. There's only limited amount available. We have some t-shirts and awesome hoodies as well. If you'd like to get some, go to www.everpress.com/jamsarny-range. Stay jammy. Hi guys and welcome to the Oxford vs Sunderland match review. Now to say that I'm disappointed with that performance will be a massive understatement. So we went into today's game away from home against Oxford. We had McLaughlin in goal, we had Reece James, Dunn, Baldwin and Matthews at the back, we had Power and Ledbetter in the middle, we had Morgan on the right, we had McGeady on the left, Honeyman in there as well with Grigg up top. Now for the sort of first 15 odd minutes of the game, maybe 20 minutes, it was just a really scrappy game, no one really taking control of it. But then it was all Oxford. We weren't making any form of chances at all in that first half. We were defending relatively well, to be fair, particularly Don. I think he was absolutely excellent today. He was really good. He really impressed me. But we didn't really manage to get Grigg in. He cut a really frustrated figure today. McLaughlin made a couple of excellent top draw saves, as he does. And I think it's worrying that at the end of every game, myself and a lot of other people were awarding our man of the matches to defenders, or McLaughlin is winning 90% of the man of the match awards because it's saving our arses. And I think, you know, it's got to the point now where I think we need to stop accepting mediocrity. I know that there's so much positive from the club, of course, from last season. You know, Ross has done good at sort of rebuilding the squad. We've got Stuart who's coming in with Charlie and Juan and whatever, and really steadied the ship at the club. But, you know, when we're handed these shite performances week in, week out, you need to stand up and say it. You can't just keep relying on, but they've done this, they've done that, and I do accept that. But for months, we've been showered with such shite performances, but we have managed to scrape results, which, is, of course, is a good thing. It's a decent sign, but it's only so long that you're going to get away with that, and we're getting caught out now. Of course, we didn't lose, a draw, fair enough. But if you want to go up automatically, we cannot keep handing out performances like that because we were absolutely shit, to be honest with you. And then towards the back end of that first half, we somehow, which is obviously incredibly brilliant, we scored from a set piece, which we were never expecting in a million years. Our set pieces this season have been nothing short of absolutely embarrassing. Normally we can't beat the first man, but it was a great ball in swinging across from a corner from Ledbetter, and that was Dunn, who rose above the rest and with a bullet header nods it in, which is absolutely fantastic. We managed to get through to half-time, and I was thinking, this again, it's far from good enough. We come out so defensively almost. We had no plan going forward. I mean, defensively, we look relatively organised, but the second we get into that final third or even into the middle of the park, we had no sort of control over the midfield. We're just giving the ball away needlessly. And I think to have someone like Grigg in the side and not to give him any form of service is just criminal. Do you know what I mean? We've just spent X amount of money on him, and we didn't give him anything, not even a chance. It's almost like we set him up for failure with those tactics, and I think this team is screaming out for a huge change in formation or in tactics because it's not working. It's not. I mean, there's only so long we can say, we played bad, but we managed to get a win or we managed to get a point, because we're not going to go up like this. We need to be honest and face facts. We're not going to go up like this, and I'm not overreacting because games are ticking on, and we can't keep putting in these shite displays and expecting wins and just keep going back to, but it's better than last season, we're happy now, which we are, and it's fantastic. But when we do see shit like this, we need to call it as it is, because I can't remember the last performance where I think we were class that day or anything like. I genuinely can't remember. And the last sort of good performance I can remember is probably towards the beginning of the season, where we had a couple of games where we're actually playing some decent football, but our football doesn't seem to have any kind of personality to our game. It's just almost hitting hope and just see what happens. It's almost like they're just winging it the second the first whistle goes, and it's quite worrying. It really is worrying, especially if we do want to go up automatically, and it's looking less and less likely. I mean, against bottom of the league Wimbledon, we only just managed to scrape against them last week, and again we've got a 1-1 draw today. So the second half we got into it, and it was more of the same. I don't think we managed to get a chance in that second half. Again, it was just a very scrappy game. Oxford had the better of it. They deserved to at least get one back. Didn't really make too many chances ourselves. Grigg did manage to get in. He had to make something of his own because we weren't giving him anything. We didn't give him a chance whatsoever. He had a little chance, very tight angle, and he just lashed it wide. But again, absolutely criminal not to bring him into the game more. A couple of times you could see him off the ball. He was getting into some decent positions, but we just weren't giving it. Or the final ball was shocking. It was awful, hopeful. And eventually it did come to the sort of 87th, 88th minute. Ball played over the top, and Dunn is a bit of a difficult one because played over the top. Dunn's running back towards goal, and it looked to me, Jerome Sinclair, who'd just come on for Oxford, it looked to me that he did get in a bit of a tangle with Dunn, and it did trip him. But the ref waved play on, and Jerome Sinclair bombs towards goal, lays it off to the man who I think was Brown for Oxford, who just taps it into an empty net. So simple as you like for him, and it's 1-1, and that's it. I mean, to be fair, the last sort of 10 minutes we kind of woke up a little bit. We were getting forward a lot more, but just pinging hopeless balls into the box, and nothing was happening really. And that was basically it. It was a shit game. It was a shit performance. Again, I just think we are crying out for a formation change. I mean, at one point I think we did go to a sort of 4-4-2, and we had Wyke and Grigg up top, and even then we didn't really know. We didn't look like we knew what we were doing. No one looked like they knew what they were doing particularly. It was all just, it did look like they were winging it, like they hadn't been set instructions, or they hadn't been, said, play this way football, or do this or do that. It did look like we were winging the entire thing, and it didn't come off. So, we need to improve big time, absolutely massively. We've got Blackpool on Tuesday, and that's going to be a difficult game. They've won today, I think. Blackpool, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not too sure. I think last time I checked they were winning. But they're not an easy team. When we were away from home on New Year's Day at Bloomfield Road, they were really difficult to beat, and we just, again, it was another game where we scraped, and we need to start scoring more than one goal. We can't, to go away from home against Oxford, and the way we were playing as well, and the manner we were already playing, to go 1-0 up and then just try and almost defend, and it's almost like we kind of give up after we went 1-0 up. It's not good enough. We were asking for it. In Oxford, they probably even deserve more than the draw. I mean, the referee had an absolute shocker at the best of times today, but I think a lot of it was in our favour actually, and even then we couldn't manage to keep hold of a win, keep hold of a 1-0 lead. But so that's it. So I just hope to God that we do. Jack Ross gives the players a kick up their arses, a rocket up their arse for the next game, because that was shit. It was really, really shit, and I'm so disappointed. And it probably would be a lot different if we, or at least somewhat different if we did manage to get away with the win despite the performance. But even so, even if we did win, I would still have to, make the point that our performances are so far off what they need to be if we want to go up automatically at least. So I'm trying to keep my head up. But when you got the teams like Barnsley and Luton who are just starting to storm the league now a little bit, we're at 11 points off the top, which is really, really poor. Yes, we have a couple of games in hand, but there's only so long we can start relying on them. So yeah, massive improvement needed. I am going to give my man of the match to Dunn. It could have been anyone between Dunn and McLaughlin. McLaughlin again saved our arses countless times, and Dunn actually really, really impressed me. So I'll give it to him because he did get his first goal for the club as well. But yeah, so that was it. 1-1, massive disappointment. We need a change. We need to freshen things up, I think, tactically, because it's just stale and it's shit to watch, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed, hit the like button for me. Apologies, it's been a little bit, it's been a bit sour, a bit almost depressing, but it is what it is. If you're shown shit, you're going to talk shit. Do you know what I mean? But if you have enjoyed, hit the like button for me, it'd be massively appreciated, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.